and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Wednesday, September 18th.
Achieving a gorgeous grin from home isn't a total mystery with Bite Clear aligners. Just don't be surprised if all of your sleuthing friends start asking, what's your secret? Begin by ordering your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95. Bite Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer flexible financing, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
We begin with an update to a national story we've been following. Hip-hop mogul turned businessman Sean Diddy Combs will remain in jail after being denied bond. Combs has been indicted on numerous federal charges, including sex trafficking. The indictment, unsealed yesterday, includes graphic details accusing Combs and his associates of forcing women to engage in sex acts with commercial sex workers. Prosecutors also say Combs used drugs and other tactics to keep his alleged victims compliant.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs. And he often electronically recorded them. He was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Combs pleaded not guilty to the charges, which also include racketeering conspiracy. He faces up to life in prison if he is convicted. In local news, online court records show a Marion County Forensic Services Agency employee is set to go on trial in December on child pornography charges. A supervisor for the agency says Kevin Riley was also suspended without pay following his arrest last week. Riley made his first court appearance yesterday and now faces charges of child porn possession and child exploitation. Police say Riley was using AI to trade explicit material on the messaging app Kik. Investigators say they were able to identify Riley by a wedding band shown in a video shared on the app. Turning now to I-Team 8, a defunct used car dealership is in hot water, accused of deceiving hundreds of customers. Indiana's Attorney General says the dealership rolled back odometer numbers on more than 200 cars before they were sold. News 8's Kat Sandoval explains what happens next and how you can avoid odometer fraud when buying a car.
This is where KBB Auto Sales used to be located on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Now, the company has been dissolved in 2023, but authorities say that it was right here where the dealership used a tool to roll back odometers and even replacing them to fool some customers.
This outright fraud unfairly gives a bad name to the good and honest people working in the used car business. Worse than that, these unethical tactics deceive consumers who buy these vehicles with rolled back odometers. They wind up with higher mileage cars and trucks with more wear and tear than they thought.
The state found KBB Auto Sales rolled back a combined total of 14 million miles on 216 vehicles to increase the car's price. Some of these vehicles, they say, are more than likely still on the road.
Any industry, there's going to be bad actors, whether you're a new car franchise or you're an independent dealer.
For consumers looking to buy a new car, there are ways you can protect yourself.
Yeah, so the first thing that you want to do, just check the dealer's online reputation. Where do they rank? Are they 5-star Google rated? Are they a member of the Better Business Bureau?
Travis Baldwin leads the Indiana Independent Automobile Dealers Association. He says to do your homework, check your vehicle's history report through places like Carfax. Whether a vehicle has a digital or analog odometer doesn't matter. it can still be manipulated. And that's why getting an independent inspection is ideal.
Yeah, you can take a vehicle for an independent inspection at most mechanic shops. They can hook it up through the OBD2 port, which is your diagnostic data port for that vehicle. And you can actually get into that vehicle's computer system and read what the actual mileage should be.
If you've experienced odometer fraud in this case or in others, the Attorney General's office is encouraging you to reach out. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Let's talk sports. A tough break for the struggling Colts team as All-Pro defensive tackle DeForest Buckner is now on injured reserve. Coach Shane Steichen says Buckner sprained his ankle during Sunday's loss to the Packers in Green Bay. Steichen says the ankle is not broken, and x-rays came back negative. Buckner going on injured reserve means he will miss at least 4 games before he is eligible to return. And when it comes to basketball, Butler's newest assistant men's coach is attached to someone you may have heard of. Butler announced yesterday it's adding Connor McCaffrey to its staff. Connor McCaffrey is, of course, the boyfriend of Caitlin Clark. McCaffrey isn't moving far, though. This past season, he was the basketball development coordinator for the Pacers. He is replacing former Butler assistant coach and Lawrence North High School legend Greg Oden. Oden stepped down from coaching to focus on business interest. Turning now to the weather. Storm Track 8 says the warm and dry conditions will continue. Meteorologist Tara Hastings has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
I don't have any rain in the forecast today, but maybe there is a chance we could see some heading into the end of the weekend. Here is a live look in Speedway from our Speedway camera overlooking downtown Indianapolis. We have lots of sunshine. We do have a little bit of some high-level clouds drifting in from the east to the west right now. 65 degrees in Indianapolis, and we're beginning to warm things up. Very light winds, and our humidity value is still incredibly low here. So no problems with the heat and humidity, just the heat and dry conditions today. Outside of the metro area here, western sections, Hendricks County into the upper 50s, like Brownsburg and Plainfield, 58 in Lebanon, 56 in Anderson, and 60 degrees. Good morning to you over in Greenfield and Hancock County. Some of that cloud cover now moving a little bit farther westward here. So as you can see, not everyone is seeing the clouds. We've got mostly sunny skies pretty much across the rest of the state, and that trend is going to continue all afternoon long. We'll get up to 80 degrees by lunchtime and in the mid and upper 80s later this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. Could be awfully close to that 90-degree mark here in Indianapolis. Mid 80s in general across the state, like South Bend, Fort Wayne, Muncie, and Lafayette. And then upper 80s a little bit farther southward. Again, fall is only 4 days away officially, and really not feeling like fall over the next several days. We'll talk about when we have those temperatures maybe dropping a little bit, all coming up in my 7-day forecast.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs.
Whether you're scouring business financial sites or listening to economics podcasts like this one till your ears ring, you'll find there's no surefire secret to successfully managing your company's finances for the future. It turns out you might just need to pair with PNC Corporate and Institutional Banking, whose team of dedicated relationship managers bring 160 years of experience, pragmatic advice, and an array of tools and tech to scale to any size business. In fact, they're so tuned in to what you need, they knew you'd be listening to this podcast. As for that ringing in your ears, that's the brilliant sound of success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC and PNC Bank are registered marks of the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., PNC. Copyright 2024, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., all rights reserved.
And we wrap things up on a lighter note. IMPD is holding their Coffee with the Cop event today. It will take place at the Dunkin' Donuts on East 10th Street. Officers say they'll be there to have coffee, donuts, even chat with you about anything you'd like. That includes voicing your concerns, talking about the Colts season, or the Indiana Fever and their hot streak. The event runs from 5 until 6 this evening. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Wednesday, September 18th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.